Yo, what's going on guys? Cole here, welcome back to another video. It is episode number 4 of Misfits Season 2. And today we have logged in. I've just come back from an overnight AFK session at my iron farm. And we can hear the beautiful sounds of peace and tranquility. So I have quite the project for today. My goal is to create a big sorting system because you haven't seen this, but this is my base. I am out here. You can see I'm quite far out with the coordinates in the top left there. And I've made an iron farm. I basically just ransacked this village, taken all the villagers hostage and packed them into that one container just there. Peace and tranquility. And they are having the time of their life and occasionally poop out an iron golem for us to harvest. So I've been gathering up some materials for today's project, as well as clearing a bit of area on top of here. You can see I've been doing a bit of wood farming, and that is to make this obscene amount of barrels. Because we're making a sorting system today, we've got plenty of pack ties just compacted into a better form. And we've got redstone. I need to make myself some more hoppers, which is why I have AFK'd overnight. Now, to do this, I'm really enjoying the third-person time lapses lately. We've done 2 of those so far in this entire series, and I want to do it again. So we're going to get straight into that today. So what we're going to be building is a multi-item sorter filter chest system of doom. I've got a link in the description, and we're not building it block for block. You see, it isn't the most efficient. Instead of using water streams, it uses hopper lines, and they are very long hopper lines, which doesn't go nicely on the bank, of course, on the wallet. Also, the design isn't long enough for my needs. I would really like a lot of items to be able to be sorted into this thing, so that that is exactly what we're going to be doing. Going to create a custom version of this. I'll explain it when it's built. So without further ado, let's get into the time lapse. Alright then people, I hope you like the time lapse because it has just ended and this is how it's looking now. It's bigger. There is no declining that. It is bigger. It is enormous what we have done now, and these are the last couple things that we have to do. And that just includes having a single wire running around and powering this redstone torch here. Also going to have to move this clock. Anyway, this is the design pretty much complete, and it's looking a lot more different to the way it was in the time-lapse just then. And that's because I spent at least another full day on this design. This design is a lot different to the tutorial, and that's because instead of being whatever 12 blocks it was, we've just under quadrupled the length of this thing. This whole barrel interface here is 41 blocks long. Well, I have changed the design on mine so that when items come into here, well, they actually come down through this water stream here. They get aligned perfectly, and then when they need to, they get put in the relevant hopper. And now because I haven't run this with the minecart, they're all going to go into this first hopper here. Dirt's starting to automatically filter into this barrel. But if we run a little test very soon, we'll be able to see that everything starts getting sorted into the according chests and barrels. Now, this isn't going to be where these barrels sit. We're actually going to be digging this down into the floor and having these barrels just a little bit lower. So with a little bit of editing magic, we can go ahead and do that right now. Oh my, okay. Well, that was a strange chorus. Anyway, you can see that that chorus fruit has magically dug out all of this for us here. And what is going to be happening here is we're going to have these barrels. We're going to move these down here because the floor of our grand hall that we're having here, you won't really be able to reach that high. And if you can, it's not really convenient. So yeah, we're going to move all of these down to like a reasonable height down here. Okay, with that all done though, we can now start to link up all of these with hoppers. Now if you notice, I've started adding like a layer of dirt underneath these, and you can see this first one doesn't really apply to that rule. Now why this is like this is because we're going to have the corresponding item which goes into this just below. So you can see we've got spruce here, and that matches what goes in this barrel, which is of course spruce, and I can't reach up there to that chest. But you can just believe me, that's spruce. And then just below here we'll probably have oak, birch, and yeah, the list goes on. Now this is going to be going at the back side of my castle, and then we're going to have the courtyard somewhere over here, and then the front gates just a bit further on that way. And yes, I know it's kind of lame, but we are doing the same exact castle as last season. And now this is just because I put a lot of effort and work into the design of that castle. Many nights of just trying to concentrate and coming up with pallets and awesome things to include in the castle. Now, none of that actually came to fruition. So, yeah, we can't let some awesome plans like that just go to waste. I've spent the past couple of days now in a creative world trying to design a big old structure to go over this entire thing. So we're going to get into a time-lapse very, very soon. And we can build... Who's burping? Hey, stop it please, I'm trying to record. Alright, we're away from the burp. Oh my god. He's burping everywhere. Look, we're going to have to deal with the burping for now. Alright then people, I keep mentioning this grand hall that's going to be being built very soon. And I think it's just about time that we start work on that. So let's get right into the time-lapse. Woo! Alright then people, so I've just come back for the first time in a couple days, and you've just watched the end of that awesome time lapse, and I did notice that one of these windows here, it's slightly higher than the other, and that is probably bugging a lot of you right now. So I'm going to go fix that. Give me a second. Looks to be all good now, and we've still got a couple steps left. We need to put the glass in these windows. Alright then peeps, so just behind me here is the final product. Now you haven't seen this whole thing since the time lapse, and we're going to go through it right now. So on top of this pile of shulkers where I'm standing right now, you've got a lovely view of what this mansion looks like. We don't have the gardens or the path in just yet, and that's something I'll probably do in between episodes, so keep an eye out for that in the next episode. We're going to be touring this thing. So inside you haven't seen yet. You've seen the floor done in the time lapse. The outside you've also seen. You haven't seen the interior, and oh boy is it quite special. Now granted, it's still not done, right? We've still got quite a lot of stuff to do. We've still got this area to figure out here, and this is probably the hardest part because it's a big open space here, and I'll be frank with you. Hi, I'm Frank. I'll be frank with you, we don't have any ideas for this. We don't have any designs, and flat areas like that to decorate aren't my jam. Anyway guys, today has been an absolute banger of an episode, right? So we have done a lot of time lapses, we've done so much building, we've had some funny moments, some silly stuff happening. And that is unfortunately going to wrap it up for today. And so, if you have enjoyed this video, please do me a massive favour, hit that like button. Maybe as well, if you really did enjoy it, hit that subscribe button, because we are so close to 100 subscribers. And I don't know what we can do on that milestone, but we've got to do something a little special, haven't we? I will see you in the next episode.